When I observe many residential architectural designs today, I notice that a lot of houses share a common issue. The window layout is often not arranged properly. For example, some windows are placed directly opposite each other, or they face straight toward the main entrance. Designs like these are often believed to make the space feel more luxurious and better ventilated. However, according to feng shui principles in home design, these seemingly reasonable window arrangements can actually cause the homeowner's wealth and good fortune to flow out of the house. As a result, money becomes difficult to retain and accumulate over time. In today's video, I will help you identify some of the most common window design mistakes that may be quietly pushing away prosperity, so you can recognize them and make adjustments that better suit your living space. Let's get started together. Windows, the eyes of the house. According to Eastern architectural philosophy, a house is viewed as a living entity with its own life force and breath. Windows, meanwhile, are considered the second energy gateway after the main entrance. They are the expressive eyes of the house, responsible for exchanging energy between the inner living space and the surrounding natural environment of the universe. A window system designed according to principles of form and directional orientation will create a harmonious flow of energy, helping the house maintain vital life force and mental clarity for the members of the family. The presence of windows plays a role in the rule known as storing wind and gathering energy, meaning the ability to retain positive life energy while releasing stagnant or impure energy. From a feng shui perspective, if the main door represents the mouth that receives energy, providing nourishment for the entire home, then the windows function as the respiratory system that keeps that flow pure and balanced. When windows are positioned in auspicious directions, they become natural energy filters, blocking harmful forces while allowing beneficial life energy to circulate in gentle spiral patterns, gradually filling every corner of the interior space. Because of this, by simply observing a house, one can often sense whether the homeowner's financial fortune and health are thriving or declining, depending on how well this flow of life energy is regulated through the window system. When a window design violates major feng shui principles, it can lead to a condition where energy escapes outward, meaning that the positive energy entering through the main door immediately disperses outside. This creates a continuous loss of both vitality and financial stability. On the other hand, when windows achieve a balance between yin and yang and harmonize with nature, they nurture mental clarity and awareness for the people living inside. This becomes the fundamental foundation for sustainable prosperity, transforming ordinary window openings into protective, watchful eyes that safeguard peace and allow the flow of wealth to continue circulating within the household. The window system plays a central role in regulating the life energy of the entire house. Therefore, the position and structure of windows must be arranged carefully to maintain energy balance. When window architecture is poorly designed, the flow of life energy becomes chaotic and financial prosperity struggles to accumulate. Because of this, homeowners should pay attention to several window designs below in order to avoid these mistakes during home planning or interior arrangement. 3 types of window designs to avoid and how to fix them. Number 1. 2 windows directly facing each other. Placing 2 windows directly opposite each other on the same straight line is a common architectural mistake often seen in modern apartments or narrow townhouses. According to the principle of energy movement, when energy enters a space, it should circulate in gentle curves or spiral patterns so that it can spread, nourish, and fill the interior environment. When 2 windows face each other symmetrically, they unintentionally form what can be described as an energy tunnel, completely disrupting the natural movement of life energy. In addition, this so-called energy tunnel creates a feng shui condition known as piercing hall sha. A major negative formation where prosperous energy that has just entered the space is immediately pulled straight out through the castration's point. Opposite opening. This phenomenon, often described as energy retreat, removes the opportunity for wealth energy to settle and accumulate. As a result, even if the house is located in a favorable direction, it may still suffer from a constant loss of vitality. Financially, this often manifests as money flowing out just as quickly as it comes in, making long-term wealth accumulation extremely difficult. At the same time, the strong, straight axis created by this symmetrical structure can generate powerful cross-currents of wind that move in continuous swirling patterns, directly affecting the human energy field. These unstable airflows disrupt the balance between yin and yang and weaken the body's natural vitality. As a result, residents may frequently feel tired, mentally foggy, and unable to concentrate effectively. When this prolonged energy imbalance continues, it can lead to poor financial decisions and reduced productivity at work, gradually causing the household's overall fortune to decline. To neutralize the piercing hall sha, created by two windows facing each other, homeowners can place shielding elements such as decorative screens, display cabinets, or large leafy plants between the openings. These elements force the incoming energy to move in gentle curves instead of rushing straight through the space, giving prosperity energy enough time to accumulate instead of being immediately pulled outside. At the same time, using thick curtains on one of the windows can help reduce the intensity of the crosswind effect. For a more optimized solution, hanging a faceted crystal sphere at the midpoint of the line connecting the two windows can help disperse the swirling energy currents. The crystal breaks up harsh energy and transforms it into a softer, more harmonious flow, stabilizing the energy field, protecting the health of the residents, and preventing financial leakage within the family. Number 2. A window directly facing sharp objects or a cross symbol. Windows are often described as the eyes of the house, serving as the point where energy enters and harmful forces are filtered. When a window directly faces cross-shaped symbols on top of religious buildings, hospitals, or funeral facilities, it creates a feng shui condition known as form sha, a harmful visual formation. From a geographical symbolism perspective, the cross shape represents energy associated with stagnation, illness, and death energy. When these sharp or aggressive forms appear directly within the line of sight, they create an invisible but powerful influence that can stimulate negative emotions and disruptive thoughts in the human mind. At the same time, this energetic conflict can weaken the homeowner's positive vitality, leading to poor business decisions or impulsive behavior that causes mistakes in financial management. According to the Shen school of Xuankong Feng Shui, the severity of this negative influence is usually proportional to the physical form itself. In other words, the closer the sharp object is to the window and the larger its size, the more likely the household's financial fortune is to experience sudden disruptions in its energy flow. This negative energy, once it enters through the window, can gradually drain the life force of the people living inside, causing money to slip away for unexpected or difficult to predict reasons. The situation is similar to pouring water into a cracked container. No matter how hard the homeowner works to earn money, wealth still struggles to accumulate, eventually leading to financial strain or unexplained asset losses. To protect the flow of prosperous energy, homeowners should install curtains with landscape patterns to create a protective buffer that blocks negative energy from entering the interior space. Another option is to place a pair of bronze qilin or pixu statues facing toward the source of the harmful formation in order to suppress the negative energy. At the same time, applying reflective film to the window glass can also help. This reflective layer works like a modern bagua mirror, reflecting aggressive energy back outward while preserving peace and maintaining the stable flow of wealth within the home. Number 3. A window facing a long straight road. When a long straight road points directly toward a window, it is often compared to a sharp arrow shooting straight into the dragon eye of the house. In feng shui, this forms a negative structure known as piercing sha or direct sha. From a feng shui perspective, the energy moving along such a road becomes aggressive energy because of the constant high-speed movement of traffic. When this strong, fast-moving energy rushes straight toward the window, it destroys the calm environment needed for energy to gather inside the house. As a result, the interior space often feels unstable and positive energy struggles to remain. Over time, this disturbance can weaken the financial stability of the household. At the same time, this formation can create a chaotic energy field that prevents wealth from accumulating. According to feng shui theory, the longer the road and the heavier the traffic flow, the stronger the negative impact becomes. People living in the home may experience unstable luck, where money comes in but quickly disappears because of unexpected problems or uncontrolled expenses. It becomes a situation where financial gains are difficult to hold on to. This type of energy can also affect the homeowner's mental state. Continuous exposure to such direct and aggressive energy may lead to long-term stress and reduced mental clarity. When judgment becomes less clear, people may make poor career or financial decisions that lead to unnecessary financial losses. To reduce the impact of this window design, homeowners can apply feng shui remedies that help disperse the harsh energy. For example, placing a pair of stone guardian lions or a protective feng shui stone at the window ledge can help stabilize the energy. Hanging a convex bagua mirror outside the window can also reflect and scatter the incoming aggressive energy, helping restore balance and protect the home's overall prosperity. Besides the three major negative formations mentioned above, many modern homes still contain other window design mistakes that quietly affect the flow of wealth and prosperity. Recognizing and correcting these issues early can help stabilize the energy of the home and protect long-term financial luck. Other common mistakes and how to fix them. Number 1. The main door directly facing a window. In many houses today, the main entrance and a window at the back of the house are placed on the same straight line. From a feng shui perspective, this layout causes financial energy to leak away. The front door is the main gateway where most of the positive life energy enters the home. But when a window sits directly opposite it, that energy quickly escapes through the window almost as soon as it arrives. This formation prevents energy from gathering inside the house, often leading to unstable finances where money comes in but does not stay for long. The fast-moving airflow can also affect the health of the residents by creating an environment that constantly feels rushed and unstable. To reduce this effect, homeowners can apply frosted film on the window glass facing the door to soften the direct line of sight and slow down the escaping energy. If the window has two panels, keeping one side closed or slightly offset from the door's direct line can also help the energy spread throughout the room instead of rushing straight outside. Number 2. Mistakes at the wealth corner and problems caused by poor window size. In feng shui, the wealth corner, often called the financial accumulation point, is believed to influence the prosperity of the entire household and even the career paths of the family members. This spot is usually located at the diagonal corner from the living room entrance and ideally should have a solid wall behind it to follow the principle of having a strong mountain support, which helps wealth energy gather and remain stable. Placing a window directly at or above this wealth corner can unintentionally create a large energy gap, allowing prosperous energy to escape as soon as it gathers. From a feng shui perspective, a wealth corner filled with openings cannot hold energy properly. As a result, work and finances may frequently face obstacles, and money tends to disappear as quickly as it is earned. Besides the placement of windows, The number and size of windows in a space should also follow the balance between yin and yang energy. Many homeowners believe that the more windows a house has, the better. However, too many windows or windows larger than the main entrance can overpower the home's energy balance and cause the internal energy flow to scatter. According to feng shui theory, large glass surfaces allow interior energy to escape too quickly, which may lead to unstable financial luck and poor financial decisions. On the other hand, windows that are too small or too few may trap stale energy in the room, weakening the vitality of the people living there and creating a dull, lifeless environment. To correct this layout problem at the wealth corner, homeowners can treat the window like a temporary wall by keeping it fixed and applying opaque window film. This helps recreate the idea of strong support behind the wealth corner and prevents prosperity energy from being pulled out. Next, placing a ceramic object, such as an empty clay vase or a traditional wealth jar on the window ledge or on the floor below the window, can help stabilize the surrounding energy. For windows that are excessively large, using frosted glass film to reduce the exposed glass area to roughly a 1:7 balance ratio can slow down the movement of energy, allowing beneficial energy to stay longer and support the home's financial stability. Number 3. The risk of windows above the bed and inward opening windows. In feng shui, the bed is considered the place where the body restores its energy after a long day. Placing a window directly above the head of the bed is seen as a design flaw because it removes the solid support that the bed should have behind it. Ideally, the head of the bed should rest against a strong wall to create a stable backing that helps maintain calm and balanced energy while sleeping. When someone sleeps under a window, outside airflow can move directly toward the head, disturbing the body's energy and making the mind feel less secure and more restless. Over time, this lack of stability may weaken focus and judgment, which can affect important life and career decisions. Another overlooked issue is the direction the window opens. Windows that open outward symbolize openness and forward movement, welcoming fresh natural energy into the home. In contrast, windows that open inward may create stagnant airflow and represent blocked opportunities or slow career progress. When a window opens inward, air circulation in the room may become trapped, making it harder for negative energy to disperse and limiting the arrival of new opportunities. This imbalance can also disturb the energy flow in the room, causing the homeowner's career path to feel stuck or slow to advance. To improve this layout, the bed should be moved slightly away from the direct line of the window by at least 12 inches, which is about 30 centimeters, to prevent strong airflow from hitting the head area directly. If the room is small, placing a solid wooden panel or a wooden screen behind the headboard can recreate the feeling of a supportive wall. For inward opening windows that trap airflow, homeowners can install a stopper to keep the window fixed at about 45 degrees, allowing air to circulate more smoothly. Hanging a small brass gourd decoration near the window frame can also help balance and purify the surrounding energy, supporting a smoother path for career growth. In addition to correcting poorly placed windows, measuring their size and choosing the right direction are also very important in home feng shui. When these factors are aligned with the overall structure of the house, windows become channels that bring healthy life energy into the living space, helping the home maintain balance and positive energy for the family. Rules for measuring and orienting. Feng shui-friendly windows. To create a window system that supports prosperity, homeowners can use a traditional Luban measuring ruler, which is about 20.5 inches, or about 52.2 centimeters, to measure window openings so they fall within auspicious dimensions. This method is believed to attract beneficial energy into the home. The height of the window from the floor also affects how energy flows. Ideally, the bottom edge of a window should be between about 33 inches and 87 inches above the floor. which is roughly 83 to 220 centimeters. If it is lower than this range, energy may escape too easily, and wealth becomes difficult to retain. If it is much higher, it may disturb the home's energy balance and reduce the sense of stability for the residents. In general, window height should not exceed about 87 inches or around 2.2 meters to prevent negative energy from spreading into the rooms. Balance between doors and windows is another key principle. A common guideline suggests that the ratio between the main door and windows should remain close to 1:3 to keep the home's energy stable. When there are too many windows, or when windows are larger than the main entrance, the energy inside the house may become scattered, sometimes leading to tension or disagreements among family members. Window direction also influences the type of energy entering the home each day. East and southeast are often considered the most favorable directions because they receive fresh morning energy that supports growth and prosperity. South-facing windows also tend to bring stable sunlight and gentle breezes, helping create a warm and uplifting atmosphere for the household. On the other hand, west and northwest windows usually receive stronger afternoon heat, which may bring more intense and restless energy into the home. In these cases, proper adjustments such as shading or curtains are often recommended. Two directions that require extra caution are northeast and southwest, which in traditional feng shui are sometimes associated with unstable energy points. If windows must be placed in these directions, it is generally better to keep them smaller in size to limit the influence of unfavorable energy. Understanding and applying these directional principles can help windows function as effective energy filters, protecting and strengthening the overall fortune of the home. In the end, windows act like the eyes of a house, allowing the space to breathe and connect with the natural flow of energy around it. When arranged in harmony with natural principles, each window becomes a channel that brings calmness, balance, and comfort to the people living inside. When homeowners understand the relationship between structure and direction, they can create a stronger and more harmonious home, where every opening invites fresh energy and positive opportunities. A well-balanced house is not just a place to live, but a space where every corner quietly supports peace and stability in everyday life. And if you still have questions about home feng shui or how to arrange your living space in a more balanced way, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. In upcoming videos, we will continue exploring and answering these questions together, so every home can become a place where positive energy and prosperity naturally gather. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.